Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Boyertown for tonight's matchup featuring the visiting Scouts from Conrad, Weiser, and the Boyertown Bears. I'm Reverend John T. Kaleda here doing the play-by-play for you tonight because we are joined here in the booth with minor Boyertown celebrity from HBO Hard Knocks, from the Jets, from plenty of accolades and awards here at Boyertown in his athletic career. Mr. Jerry Kapp, welcome, Jerry.
Hey, man, it's an honor to be here. Ready to see some good basketball being played, and excited to do this alongside you.
Oh, Jerry, getting sentimental already. I love it. Well,
Yeah.
folks, we are about a minute away from tip. We're going to have starting lineups here in just a second. We're going to get this game kicked off once again. The Scouts of Conrad Weiser visiting the Boyertown Bears, an old Berks County rivalry we're rekindling tonight. We'll be back in a second. Here, your starting lineups. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here, ready for action here. Jerry, the Bears are coming into the game tonight with a 2-0 record. Scouts are 1-1. Actually, they have a common game here. They both beat Antietam. Bears by 2, but Conrad Weiser beat Antietam by 17. But listen, Jerry, the Bears are 2-0. You played a lot of basketball in your life. How important is a 2-0 start early in the season?
Oh, it's huge. Build momentum off of it. What I'm seeing from the Bears right now is they got some size this year, which will help them in the long run. I mean, it's a long season. 2-0 is a brilliant start, though. Build up that confidence from the start and just carry that as long as you can. It's important, though, if you do drop one here and there, that you don't let it affect the rest of your season. I mean, you got to go back to the feeling of being 2-0 and just keep building off that no matter what. So, I mean, I'm excited to watch them play tonight. Seems like they got some talent out there, so let's get to it.
Well, the excitement starts in the defensive end. It's not 1 but 2 blocks for the Bears, who are putting that size to use. And now the Bears have the ball on the offensive end. Conrad Weiser looks to be in a man defense. Boyertown getting set. Johnson with the ball up top. Screens being set down low. Johnson again, and he'll take it.
Ooh. Got to come down with that one.
Ball's going to go out of bounds off of Ryan Thompson, it looks like, and Conrad Weiser is going to be with possession right now. We'll see what Boyertown comes out, and it looks like they're going to go with a little bit of a pressure here, a little 1-2-1-1 possibly, a little 1-3-1 possibly.
Yeah, that's what I like about Boyertown. They switch up their defenses quite a bit, keep the offense on their toes, especially coming out of timeouts, because they call timeouts to drop a play against a specific defense and then come out and they're in a different one, kind of throw them off a little bit. That was a good feed, good finish.
Well, that feed and finish went to James Arnold, who had 17 points against Antietam, but Donovan Gingrich looks to be the one for Conrad Weiser, averaging 20 points right now. He's number 10. We'll see if he gets involved in the action here, but 2 for James Arnold gives the Scouts an early 2-0 lead.
Good swing pass, hit that.
Rath short on the jumper, rebounded by Conrad Weiser, and they'll push.
Oh, good tip. This is a great. Get it. You got to come up with it.
Jump ball, and it's going to be going back to Boyertown, I believe. Weiser had the ball off the tip, and the Bears will get possession here. So right now, are you calling a set play here, Jerry? Are you letting them ride in the offensive set? What are you doing?
I think we got to get a bucket in the offensive set. Swing passes look to be there because they're helping mid-pointing Conrad Weiser.
Jerry, I would say that you and I we're pretty hopeful that a coach was going to call a set play, because usually they were being called for us to shoot a three-pointer, right?
Yeah, for sure. I like that shot. I mean, try to get going early. The transition defense is sticking out to me. A couple tip balls. You keep hustling back. Those are going to turn into some points. Points off turnovers are huge, especially at this level. But yeah, going back to set plays, there was a lot of set plays that I was hoping the coach would call more. I mean, he called them quite a bit, but
yes, we did. We did. Don't get greedy now.
Oh, never that.
Your name is up there in the rafters for a reason, my man.
Yeah, below my sister though. I catch that a lot.
We were making comments that maybe Jerry is quite the player, but not the highest scorer in the Cap household. We will probably make mention of that again at some point tonight.
Yeah, that state championship run. She played a lot more games than me. We'll say that.
So
I'm not excuses. I'm not an excuse maker.
No.
That's just facts.
Conrad Weiser, good job breaking the Bears' pressure here, and they'll get set in their offensive setup here. Drive middle. Shot goes up by McKee. No good. Rebounded by Kern, and Johnson will set the Bears up on offense. Bears looking for Trey Kern there on the wing. He's the Bears scorer so far, averaging 21 points a game, and he'll get the first bucket for the Bears. He's got 2 injury timeout. Did he get?
I think he hit his head.
Yeah, in his layup. Did we get somebody, or did he come down on his head? It looks like. Sue, our trainer, making her way over there, and she'll take a look. Now this is interesting here, because I'm not sure how early the stream started, but Conrad Weiser had 6 varsity players out there. Now they did fill out the roster with some JV guys, but they didn't seem too deep unless they're going into the JV bench. So if somebody gets hurt for Weiser, that might dip into their bench a little bit.
Yeah, that would definitely be a disadvantage for them, especially the way that we're pressing and they're running up and down trying to break it. Legs get heavy early, but that was a good shot there by
That was by Gingrich. That was by Donovan Gingrich. Who's their scorer? Schweitzer for Conrad Weiser checks in, immediately gets the ball over to Gingrich for a three-pointer, and Conrad Weiser up 5-2. Good look for Greaves down low, and they'll look to swing it. Drive by Johnson, but stolen by Gingrich, who's been quite a factor early here for the Scouts. Ball goes inside. And nice duck under by Gavin Rapp, and he'll take two, and Weiser out to a 5-point lead.
I like to see Boyertown set some ball screens, even some away screens, try to get someone freed up underneath. We're feeding the ball in the post, but two guys collapse down on it. It's just a bad look, low percentage shot. Oh.
Looks like Weiser switches to a 2-3 zone
shot
there, and Johnson says, I'll take it, as he shoots a deep three, and it goes in. His first bucket of the game.
One thing I always found to work in high school was screening the zone. A lot of people see man coverage, want to set a lot of ball screens and away screens, but screening an area in a zone coverage, back football talks, zone defense, and just that swing pass across the court, you can get a lot of open shots.
I would not be surprised if the football comes out a little bit,
Yeah,
Jerry, and that's fine. We get it. Yes, screen the zone was always
Good
successful
shot.
for us, and a nice little run out there as Brant Raff is the recipient of that pass from Trey Kern, and we have a tie game. 3:45 left in the first quarter. Boyertown back in their little 1-1-2-1 press here. They're going to get a steal as Greaves comes up with it. Boyertown content to slow the pace, and Conrad Weiser content to sit back in the zone. Kern in the middle will drive. Oh. Rewarded by the referee. Might have been a little out of control, but the foul's going to go on Conrad Weiser, and Kern will shoot two.
Just looking at the bench, it looks like that player that went down is ready to check back in, got cleared by Sue, so that's good to hear.
First one from Kern off the mark, but he gets a second one. 3:23 left here in the first quarter. Bears sitting at 2-0 on the season. Scouts 1-1 for Conrad Weiser. Kern has been the offensive stalwart for the Bears early in the season here, averaging 21 points a game, and he'll add one there as he gives the Bears their first lead of the game here in the first quarter, and they're back in their little three-quarter court press. Nice job by McKee to break that by himself. Shot by Gingrich, not the guy who you want taking that shot, but off the mark, and Greaves comes down with the board. Once again, Boyertown, who last year, and Coach Miller, talking with him before the game, did say it's a little bit different this year. Last year, they just wanted to run and run and run, and honestly, Kern is the only one with varsity experience back for the Bears, but looks like a different tempo this year.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, just watching my brother play last year, I mean, they're setting up more offense here, relying less on the fast break. That was a great take by 21 there.
Trey Kern uses the body there, and he'll get an and one. Bears lead 10-7 right now, and they are looking to take a 4-point lead here. If Kern can knock down this foul shot, Coach Dooley for Conrad Weiser unhappy. He'll take his first time out with 2:40 left here in the first quarter. So looks like the Bears have kind of used that defensive pressure to get a couple of steals here. Jerry, we used to run a lot of different types of pressure here with you, and you played with some good athletes when we were coaching, when I was coaching you here at the high school. What was your favorite pressure? One where you were up top, running around, doing your thing, or did you like to be under the basket, blocking shots if people got past the front line? What was your favorite?
I liked playing in the middle because I was just using instincts to bait them into passing, just them thinking the guy's open and me coming in there, closing the speed. I mean, a lot like in football with a defensive back. You kind of want to give the illusion that the guy's wide open, and then you come swoop underneath. That was always my favorite, whether it would be in the middle or one of the wings in a 1-3-1.
Well, great, Jerry. As I, who coached defense for a couple of years, I said up front or down low where I had you. It would have been nice if you would have told me that you would have rather played in the middle.
Hey man, I was in the middle a couple times.
All right.
mean, I liked up front, but sometimes I was too anxious. Kind of overplayed a little bit. Kind of put the defense at risk. I was kind of a liability at the front, but I also liked playing back, trying to pin shots off the backboard, and I loved making the long pass. So if something did happen and there was a guy up there.
Former quarterback.
Yeah,
you are,
making
right?
that long
Yeah.
pass. I mean, it's a spark play, gets the crowd into it. I mean, that's just the type of play that can spark momentum, whether you're down or anything like that. But it looks like we're on a 8-0 run from 7-2.
Looking to make it
keep this one
9
up.
here if Kern can make this foul
Yeah.
shot. He does not. Rebound goes to Schweitzer. And Weiser will move up the floor. Boyertown standing in a little half-court little trap situation here, but now they will go back into a 3-2, it looks like, and
Yeah.
see what Weiser can do against this. Now it looks more like a 2-3. Everything shifts into a 2-3 eventually. Gingrich off the dribble. That's a lost art, we
Yeah.
say, Mr. Towers and I. We say that little just stop and pop shot doesn't get made anymore.
Nope.
Gingrich tried it, but the Bears come down with the rebound.
I mean, even at the highest level, you never see that anymore. I mean, Tobias Harris has mastered the art of it. Sean Livingston for Golden State used to be the best at it. I mean, that was a 90% chance of it going in, and during their finals run.
Has Tobias Harris perfected it, Jerry?
So here and there. I mean, I think the other parts of his game are worse. I feel most confident in him taking a one-dribble pull-up in the paint or just outside of it.
It has been fun to watch the Sixers this year. They kind of like addition by subtraction. They're getting rid of somebody, little big name, and now it has given a couple of players a chance to thrive a little bit. It's fun watching them. We're going to hope we have the same fun watching the Bears this season.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm a big Sixers fan. I mean, last year with Harden, I mean, if he wasn't on, then they weren't going to do anything. Like you said, addition by subtraction. You get a bunch of pieces, a couple draft picks. For someone who wasn't playing their best ball, didn't seem like he cared about anything to do with basketball late in the season. And, I mean, they just got to get over the Celtics hump in the playoffs, and hopefully they can do that this year.
That is definitely a monkey on their
Yeah.
on their back right now as Arnold takes that 2 points for Conrad Weiser. Thompson looking to make a pass, but a nice steal by Malone, who will push up for the Scouts. And that's Gingrich on the wing, and he did travel, and the Bears are going to get that back with Keyshawn Copeland checking in for the first time for Boyertown with 1 minute, 6 seconds left here in the first quarter. 10-9, Bears holding the small advantage.
Looks like a set play coming out of this inbounds.
Looks like Conrad Weiser going to a 1-3-1. Kern gets it in the
Oh, that's a
middle, and
great
he'll
take.
just do his thing.
That's a great take.
Great move with the left hand as he goes in and gets his 7th point of the first quarter. Bears up 12-9, 45 seconds left. Bears sticking to that 2-3 zone. Copeland and Johnson up top. Kick out, right back in to Arnold, who will get it out to Rapp, who is hounded on the baseline, but it'll stay Scouts' ball.
To me, this is a big possession. Try to get a bucket before stopping a bucket, but for Conrad Weiser, I mean, this is a huge possession. Trying to tie this game up or make it a 1-point game. Can't let that happen.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a nice play against
Yeah.
the zone defense there as Rapp gets the 2. A little screen for that top guy who's going to come down. Nobody in the Bears read it, and the Bears will probably look for the last shot here with 14 left. Five seconds left. Johnson still has it. He's looking. Kern doesn't get it, so Johnson will go in. Looks for Greaves. He'll put it up, but no good. Scouts defense holds, and the Bears will take a 12-11 lead into the second period here.
I would like to see him go up with that, try to draw a foul, get a couple free throws before the quarter ended. But I mean, it's a low percentage shot behind the backboard. Kind of put Greaves in a bad spot, but put it up.
Worst that can happen is he blocks your shot, right?
Yeah.
And then you
100%.
just get the ball back. Right?
Yep.
Right. So, Mr. Cap, here after the first quarter, do you miss it at all playing basketball? You had to make a pretty tough decision when you went away to college and you had to choose basketball, basketball, football. Do you miss it at all, or is football kind of taking over for you?
Yeah, I do miss it. I mean, that's one of those things that you miss what you don't have anymore. I actually played in the alumni game a couple weeks ago. It was 1 10-minute quarter, and I actually went up to Coach Miller afterwards and asked if we can keep playing. Because I mean, you can't find pickup games around here. I mean, I go to the local YMCA, and there's no one in there actually playing, like, running fives or anything like that. So, I mean, just being able to play organized basketball and not just shooting around. One thing I will say is basketball shape and football shape are way different. I ran up and down the court a couple times, and I was gassed.
You don't get to huddle up.
No,
you
no.
know?
I mean, football, it's 5-6 second bursts, and then you get a 40-second break. Basketball, you don't. If you don't get subbed out, you're not getting a break.
Do those points you scored in the alumni game count to try to beat your sister?
You know, I think they should.
They should.
I mean, I took the time out of my day to play some basketball. That's a.
Gingrich off the mark there.
Just trying to
Grease
find a
comes
strip.
down with the rebound. Grease doing a nice job in the defensive glass here for Boyertown.
Oh, 100%. I mean, he's got some size. He was one of the kids in the alumni game. He actually had a sick putback dunk. I was not underneath of him, but I wasn't far away from him. I'll say that. I probably would have had to quit if I was underneath of him.
Correct. You were, but you were not on the post.
I was not. I was the bottom half, or the bottom right side of the 2-3 zone we were playing. Playing zone in alumni game is kind of a funny thing, but we definitely could not play man coverage because we would get tired way too
Jerry,
quick.
I have news for you. If you're going to the YMCA looking for running fives, it's going to be a lot of zone if you're playing against people my age. Just
I want to join a men's league. See what I still got left in the tank.
YMCA and men's league are two different
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
So I'm sure you can find one. As Gingrich gets an offensive rebound there, goes up, is fouled, and he'll head to the line. First time to the line for the Scouts, I believe, here is Gingrich is going to get 2. He's got a three-pointer so far in the game. Once again, averaging 20 coming into tonight's game. Had 31 against Antietam a couple of days ago as he knocks down the first to tie the score.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the whole fouls resetting after the quarters. I feel like it makes it a lot easier on teams. Because 1-on-1 was such a huge thing in the first, second half, especially at the end of the game. End of the third quarter, they reset. You get 5 new fouls. Depending on what point of the game it is, score-wise, that can be a big difference. And I'm curious to see how it plays out the rest of the season.
Yep, Jim and I last night with the girls' basketball game, we said to our viewers then, if you're not aware, there's a new change in PIAA this year. Fouls reset at the end of each quarter, and no more 1-and-1s. Everything's a 2-shot foul. And last night we said it was like the end of the third quarter, and it's almost like you're treating like the end of the game. You're fouling, trying to, get to that 4 mark, just not 5. And coaches are going to have to adjust a little bit as Johnson's three-pointer is off the mark, and Gingrich another rebound. And the Scouts will drive middle there with Arnold kicking it out to McKee. It looks like who missed that shot, but an offensive rebound for the Scouts.
I'd like to see Boyertown on the opposite end attack the middle of the zone more. I mean, you swing it around the outside. That's what they want you to do. It doesn't cause them to move or rotate at all. Oh, that's a good play. I've seen a lot of hustle, though. I mean, loose balls, we got to come up with those. But, I mean, just causing loose balls. It's some good hustle by the Bears.
Coach Miller had said that this team, if there's one thing they will do, it is hustle, it is work hard. And you are seeing that right now. And we're having a change here. We must have went to the video replay here. We're giving the ball back to Boyertown.
Expedited replay.
Yeah, Coach Dooley from Conrad Weiser not so happy with the explanation, as one would expect. But in any case, Johnson sets up the offense for Boyertown, now down 1. Blaze Fry is checked in the game for the Bears. Thompson, long three-pointer, and that goes in. Big shot for him, his first make of the game. Bears up by 2, 15-13.
Yeah, that was a great shot. I mean, pull from the top of the key. I mean, look confident from start to finish. I mean, if he gets going, that's huge for them. Travel.
It's like a travel on Dylan Parr there in the middle. We just talked about attacking the middle of the zone, which is always a good for all those young listeners out there right now who got off their PlayStations to come listen to this game, Jerry. Attacking the middle of the zone will get you some good rewards. However, walking from Dylan Parr there gives the ball back to Boyertown. Swung back to Thompson. Kern trying to get the hot hand going, but Scouts right on it.
I like Braden's idea, though. Attack that middle of the zone, try to split the 2. I mean, it opens up a world of possibilities. Swing in the corner, someone steps in the gray area. The gray area is huge in a 2-3 zone. Just step down there. I mean, you can get swing passes. You can get little pull-up jump shots. I mean, I think That's what we need to see more of. Throw right to the middle, 33, 21 rolls to the basket. It's wide open every time.
Kern puts it back out to Thompson. Thompson to Johnson, who will drive baseline to that gray area, and that opens up Kern for a three. No good. Thompson will be called for a foul, going for the rebound.
I'll tell you, I love the hustle out of that kid, Thompson.
I remember Ryan Thompson as a camper. When we had camps way back when, and he was always kind of on the undersized time there, but it looks like he's kind of filled out a little bit and getting some good solid minutes here in the varsity game. But it's kind of funny looking back, Jerry. I'm sure you remember some of these guys too.
Oh yeah, 100%.
As a player, being one of our helpers at the camp, these guys have matured and blossomed into the players they are today, and you hope for all the success for them.
Yeah, I went through quite a bit of an awkward stage myself, and it's all about how you handle it. I mean, I was the skinniest dude on my team, tall, lanky. I probably weighed 150 pounds soaking wet, but I was a shooter, so I didn't really have to go down there and bang with the big guys.
Yeah,
just stay on the perimeter.
Stay on there. Yeah, what do you got to go in there for?
I'd get the long rebounds.
That's somebody else's job.
I'm boxing out the three-point shooters. That's the second time they got it to that guy on that play.
You were staying back for defensive balance.
Yeah, 100%.
There, right?
I wasn't letting any cherry-picking points on my watch.
Kick out to McKee for three. No good. Johnson comes down with the board, and once again, no desire to run out. The Bears will set up the offense as Conrad Weiser looks to stay in this. Now it looks like a little man defense here from Weiser.
We'll switch up coverage.
Could be a little man on a miss and zone on a make situation for Weiser. Rath with the ball and sees Greaves. Bears get one ball reversal, and that
Not a
allows
ton of
Johnson.
ball screens coming.
Johnson drives through, gives it to Rath. Big shot from Johnson out there in the wing, no good, and Rath will be called for a push from the back. You can't go through him, and that'll be a foul, but the fourth one, it looks like, of the quarter, so no double bonus quite yet. No fouls for Conrad Weiser yet as the Bears go to their three-quarter court trap, looking to up the intensity and the tempo a little bit here on the defensive side. Malone gives it off to Gingrich, who finds
pass. I saw that.
Cutting Gavin Rapp for two, his sixth point of the game.
That's what the kids call jelly.
Are you
jellied
serious?
that layup?
Why is that called jelly?
I don't know.
Oh.
Javon Quinterly from Roman Catholic coined that term.
I don't get it, Jerry. Jerry, I'm gonna write that down. We should have like an annual Jerry Cap tells us what words mean now. So jelly.
Yeah. So if you need
I
any
thought
slang
jelly
terms,
was like you're jealous of something.
No, it's like jelly fam. That's the squad. It's like basically if you have a clean layup, but you do something crazy on it, that's jelly. If you dunk it, it's jam fam.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Thanks.
That was more my era.
Coach Swanson, when he came, Coach Andrew Swanson, who was here for a few years there, gosh, about 10, 15 years ago now, came from Plymouth Whitemarsh, and I remember he brought some words to us too. When you stole the ball from somebody.
Cookies.
Cookies.
Yep. I mean, you hang around enough basketball teams. That's still a thing. I still say it. In the alumni game, I was trying to get some cookies. But yeah, I didn't really know that one until he told us. But it's always fun to come up with different words, and I mean, you make the game fun. They're running wipe here.
Wipe has been around now for at least 15 or 20 years.
Yeah, it's the same play. You try to put different spins on it, but if it works, it works.
It looks like it broke down a little bit there, but when you have Trey Kern who's able to
kick out,
get the ball to the middle and kick it out, so what? The Blaze Fry can't knock down the jump shot, and the Scouts are going to run. Tie game right now, 15-15. Ball's kicked out to McKee, who puts up a little running hook, and that's good. It's his first bucket of the game. McKee had 17 in their opening game of the year. A couple of Conrad Weiser scorers here. Arnold with 17, McKee with 17 in a previous game. Like we said before, Gingrich only has 5 right now, had a 31 spot against Antietam, but so far the defense has done a nice job neutralizing most of it. Johnson kicks over to Greaves, who will try his hand at a three-pointer, no good. Fry there for the rebound.
I'd like to see him run a couple pick and rolls, try to get some mismatches. Because from the naked eye, it looks like we have the size advantage out there right now with Kern, Greaves, and Rath. I'd like to see something. I mean, I think you're right. It's 2-3 on a make, man on a miss. Try to set it up. 2-3 right now, but screen some areas and put a body on a body, try to get some open looks.
Nice read on the bottom there by, who was that, Gavin Rapp, who read that three-pointer coming for Kern in the corner. So the Bears will try to reverse the ball and get something else going. 1 minute, 10 seconds left here in the first half. Bears looking for a shot there, and it's almost like Johnson just kind of got caught in the air and wasn't open, and he'll sell it a little bit, like, come on, ref, what's going on there? But I think it was probably the correct call, and now Weiser, up 2 here, might get a chance to run the clock here and go for that last shot.
Yeah, it was a good call by the coach over there, by Conrad Weiser.
And
without his reaction, I don't know if that was called.
Yeah, it was almost delayed, as even if the refs were like, well, wait a minute, what did we just see right there? Weiser looks like they will hold for this last shot. Boyertown content to let them.
I think we need to put a shot clock in PA, high school sports.
We can get into that debate a little bit.
I think it would. I mean, I hate when teams try to run out 2-3 minutes in the fourth quarter with a little lead. I mean, I just don't like it.
You never had to play in the days of Boyertown playing Wilson, and Wilson was known under the coaching of Reggie Weiss, and right now Matt Cauldron's been there for years. It's just motion offense until you die. Just motion, and they would just not shoot the ball, and you would let them have open lanes, and they still wouldn't shoot the ball. And the 5-point lead might have been a 15 or 20-point lead, and it looks like there was possibly a little jawing or some extracurricular action down there. And
yeah, that was a scrum down there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Bodies fell hard. I remember one video went viral. It was a team dribbled out the entire fourth quarter, and the other team just let them. And the fans were going ballistic because, I mean, they pay money to come into the game and watch one kid dribble at the top of the key for 8 minutes.
This must have been 20 years ago. We were still in the we might have been just out of the Berks League, but still some bad blood between us and Governor Mifflin. And Brad Unger, who I played with and one of our 1,000-point scorers up there, held the ball at midcourt for about 4 minutes in the third quarter, and the Mifflin coach and the Boyertown coach at the time, Mike Wheeler, let's just say they didn't get along too well, and they just were both being stubborn and would not get out of their, his defense. Ooh. And it was just the crowd got antsy, and it was, went down in Boyertown lore. As Gingrich comes up for the last second shot here, banks no good, and Conrad Weiser goes into the half, up 17-15 here. Looks like Boyertown controlled most of the half, but just kind of lost their offensive.
A couple runs.
Yeah, just lost some focus there possibly in the last couple of minutes. Weiser went on a little mini run, and Boyertown will go in down 2. Right now, Johnson for the Bears has 3. Kern, we mentioned him, and his scoring so far this year has 7. Thompson with that three-pointer up top, and Rath rounds that out with 2 for the Scouts. Gingrich goes into the half with 5. McKee with 2. Arnold has a couple of putbacks for 4. Gavin Raff underneath working down low has 6. So, folks, we're going to take a break here. We'll be back in a few minutes here at the Boyertown Gymnasium on the NFHS Network and the Boyertown Athletic Department, that's DEPT, YouTube channel. And we'll come back in a few minutes, give you a preview of the second half here at Boyertown. Right now, Weiser leading the Bears by 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the broadcast here on the NFHS Network and the Boyertown Athletic Department YouTube channel. As the Bears down 2 points here in the second half so far to Conrad Weiser at 17-15 right now. And we've got Reverend John T. Kaleda here on play-by-play. And first time in the booth, Jerry?
First time, yep.
First time we're here, Jerry Cap. Jerry, we have to get into something here with 2 minutes and change here left in the half, and we promised all of our adoring followers that we would do this. So you're young. What'd you say? Your 24th birthday is coming up soon?
Yeah, on Saturday.
Listen, as you get older, you'll learn the only truths that matter in life are printed on Facebook. Okay? If it's on Facebook, it is law. It is truth. And over the last couple of days, the Boyertown Historical Society posted a picture of a 1976 picture of the boys basketball team with a player by the name of Barry Erb, and plenty of people commented and said what a great shooter he was. And then there were some folks that are in the know that then said, well, what about John Kaleda as the best shooter here in Boyertown history? He gets a vote, right? I will say that somebody then, maybe feeling sorry for you, did mention Jerry Cap later on, and it was a whole thing. But I don't know if I ever shot. I did a lot of defense when you were around here, Jerry, and I was that coach here. But what do you think? Who's winning it? We get 10 shots from the top of the key. What do you think you're making nowadays?
I don't know. Top of the key, you might got me there, but if you put me on this left wing where Greaves is shooting from, I mean, I'm 10 for 10, easy.
Now you see that's the difference between you and me. Apparently, I don't care where I shoot.
Oh, neither do I. But
I don't care. Oh yeah, neither do I. Yeah, well, you just
saying.
You just said you didn't want to shoot top of the key.
I was historically not a great free throw shooter, and top of the key is just an extended foul shot. Kind of lives rent free in my head. But if you put me on that wing, I'm going 10 for 10. I mean, I was at the local Y the other night, and I was running game scenarios in my head, just trying to get a little cardio in, stay in shape. But I mean, I was doing pretty well. I mean, I probably scored 60 points in my head last.
Okay, once again, we're talking YMCA.
YMCA by myself.
By yourself.
Headphones in. Yes. But I set the YMCA record in 30 minutes of shooting.
Oh yeah, did they raise that banner already? Is there a ceremony coming up for that? Or?
Yeah, they didn't want to do it on my birthday actually.
Oh, okay.
They have a basketball clinic. They wanted to do it there, but I mean, they said sometime instead of a New Year's Eve party, they're going to do a banner raising party for me. So.
Oh my God.
That should be fun. Once the clock strikes 2024, I mean, banner goes up. You like to say, banners fly forever.
They do, and that one's going to be around for a long time, my friend. All right, so we have got the Bears and Scouts here back ready for action as we have 8 minutes here now left in the third, and it's ticking. And we are going with Johnson, Rath, Kern, Thompson, and Greaves for the Bears, and it looks like the starting five for Weiser. Great pass from Kern to Greaves down low, little elbow to block pass, and that ties it up as Greaves gets his first bucket of the game.
I like how they were aggressive trying to split that zone. It just opens up so many because so many people have to commit to try to stop that. I mean, the dump downs are going to be there all day. I think that's something they have to emphasize. Guessing Coach Miller said that in the locker room. They come out and execute it perfectly. I mean, that's great to see.
James Arnold gives it up to Rapp down low. We're going to have a foul on Boyertown. Once again, fouls have reset. They always reset at halftime, but they're going to reset here after this third quarter as well. First foul for the Bears in this quarter. Scouts get it in once again to Arnold. Big steal from Johnson. There it is.
There it is.
There it is, Jerry. We've got cookies. Johnson steals a couple of cookies. However, I think Scouts are going to get the ball back here.
It's a good recovery play by the Scouts. Diving on that ball, forcing a jump ball, getting the ball back.
McKee looks to inbound it for the Bears. Not going back to that play where they had some success.
Yeah, that little short pass.
Yeah. McKee, long three-pointer from the wing. No good. Greaves. Good rebound. Rath will give it up to Johnson. Scouts get back in their 2-3 zone, or man-to-man actually looks like here.
Man on a miss.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We figured it out.
Yeah. Cracked the code.
Tie game right here with 7 minutes left in the third. 17-17, low-scoring affair, but really we mentioned this. The Bears kind of I won't say unwilling, but just kind of not really looking to run the ball here. They're more content to set up their plays, and Johnson will get the ball in the backcourt off the tip to set up another play.
Yeah, trying to slow the game down, it seems just to be their game plan, which I don't hate. I mean, as a player, I always wanted to speed things up. I mean, you score more points. Fell on the floor. I mean, the more shots you take, the more points you're probably going to score unless you're having a historically bad shooting night. But, I mean, for these guys, they're scrappy. They run a lot up and down the court. So, I mean, they set something up, high percentage shots. I mean, if it works for them, it works for me.
Yeah, if you're going to be methodical, just finish on the other end, right? Rath with the ball in the corner. He'll get it out to Johnson as the Bears look to set up their offense here. Zone set up here for Conrad Weiser, a little 1-3-1 possibly, and we have.
See, I would like.
Ooh,
right here, he catches the ball there, 22 slashes down below because 30's stepping up. I mean, it's an easy bucket every time. I don't know what the ref saw there. That
could be blood.
Yeah, something.
Looks like Sue's on her way over there again to try to. Now, if that's on, it looks like on a hand. I was going to say if it's on a jersey, they got to get like a JV jersey on him right here, but she's going to bandage him up, and looks like that's McKee, Brady McKee. So checking into the game now is Xavier Negron here for Conrad Weiser. Nope, sorry, Dylan Parr for Conrad Weiser. But looks like the Bears are calling a timeout, or is that Weiser calling a timeout to get McKee back in the game here? Yep.
I was wondering, yeah.
Well, look at that little smart little play there by Coach Dooley on Conrad Weiser, calling a timeout to get McKee all stitched up.
That's one of those timeouts that you might want to have in your back pocket come the fourth quarter. I mean, we're going to see how this plays out, but, I mean, looks like he's coming back in right now, checked back in.
3 timeouts left for both sides here with 6:26 left in the third quarter. I always liked burning a timeout early and getting, setting the the tempo for the game and making sure the players knew that I was capable of showing my wrath,
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you got to instill some fear in them early in the game. Could be 2-0, but you're still losing.
The best timeouts were when the game is over, you're down big, whatever it is, and one play doesn't get run right, and you cut. That's it. Yeah, timeout. Yeah. You're just like, oh gosh, just finish the game. Let's go.
Clipboard snaps.
Oh, how about we should have. There is a clipboard graveyard somewhere still in this school, I bet, from when we were coaching you guys with Ludwig and Swanson. Man, we just went through clipboard after clipboard. If you guys would only do what we asked, Jerry, Great pass inside from Thompson to Rath, and Rath gets his second bucket of the game, and Boyertown retakes the lead by 2.
I'll tell you what, Coach Ludwig, he had fists of steel, man. He was punching the floor all the time. I mean, I remember I did it one time against Springford, and I thought my hand was broken. It was such a stupid move by me, but he would do it every single game, and I'm like shaking my head. His hands have to hurt.
He bragged that he knew the exact way to punch the floor, and he's like, I'm fine. Never gonna. I mean, I'm sure he's got some bone trauma there in his fist, but doesn't affect his golf game certainly. So Conrad Weiser gives the ball up to the Bears. Kern down low. It gets tipped away, but Rath right there, and Johnson resets. He'll drive in, kick out for Thompson. No good. Greaves. They're going to call.
Away from the ball.
Yeah, it's like Gingrich. They're going to call for a foul on Greaves, who was going for that rebound. If Greaves got that, we had a little put-back dunk scenario here, like you talked about in the alumni game. But nevertheless, the Bears are going to set up in a line here as Thompson has the ball out of bounds.
Oh, deep shot.
Long 3 from Johnson, no good. Rebound goes to Malone. Malone will push up for the Scouts. Rapp now with it. He'll drive in. Little Dr. J under the rim, no good. Johnson gets the board and pushes up for the Bears. Johnson calling out the play here as they're setting up. Could be wipe again here. Nope. Inside to Rath. Little foul line
Pull-up
jumper
jump
for Rath. Just rims out. Rebound goes to Parr. Or I'm sorry, Rapp, rather. And Weiser looking to tie this game up or take the lead. Only a 2-point game.
Oh, good defense.
Good tip by the Bears and a steal.
Tell you what, the Bears got some quickness at those top two in the zone. Really active hands, getting some tips. A lot of loose balls this game.
Tall, big, active, all good signs for his own defense. As Johnson goes.
Oh, he pulls a Ben Simmons.
He did.
Thompson
Thompson
in the corner.
Thompson three-pointer at the best spot to make a three, right in front of the student section, and he gives it right back to him as they cheer him on, and that gives the Bears a 5-point lead here about midway through the third. Timeout. Coach Dooley and the Scouts, as they'll talk about it, and really I would bet that Coach Dooley here, Jerry, is talking about how they're going to be attacking the defense that the Bears are playing the zone.
Yeah, they've had a couple low percentage shots. I mean, that one under the rim obviously gets caught in between moves, but I mean, if he just kicks that out and swings it a couple times, I mean, who knows what happens, but I mean, the high percentage shots are key right now, especially down 5, and down 5 you don't think is a huge lead, but it's only 22 points scored by the Bears and 17 by the Scouts. I mean, it's a low-scoring game. 5 could be a huge lead at this point. Definitely need a bucket here if they want to stay in this thing. I thought it was a good use of a timeout there, trying to stave off the momentum from the Bears. I mean, the student section is getting into it, and, I mean, players feed off of that, and especially with the crowd. But I mean, I thought that was a good timeout there. We'll see what they come out and do.
Not a bad crowd showing here tonight. I know the camera only sees the one side of the floor, but we've got plenty of people over here on our side.
For sure.
Scouts bring it up. Bears are looking to create some sort of havoc right here. Almost a touch from Kern, but it's going to be a 3-point attempt made by Alex Malone, his first bucket of the game, and couldn't come at a better time as the Scouts draw back in within 2.
Looks like they're going man on a make now. Must have taken the zone out of it.
Going man-to-man should increase the tempo a little bit. Pass inside gets tipped, and Malone gets a steal. So 3-pointer and a steal from Malone. He'll push up to McKee. No good on the runner. Rath almost corralled it.
Yeah, it's a good call to go off him.
Scouts keep it.
Looks like Conrad Weiser's playing a little bit more up-tempo after that timeout, trying to catch the Bears lacking to let them set up that 2-3 zone defense they've been in.
And there comes a time when sometimes coaches just say, let's make it ugly. Let's just let's just trap. Let's press. Let's put the tempo up and see what happens. And maybe Weiser's there. Malone has it on the wing. Kick back out to McKee. Passes up the little jumper for a Malone 3-pointer. No good. Greaves pulls it in for the Bears, but Johnson's going to get it and walk it up.
In running the floor.
No interest.
Oh, that's a great move. Oh.
Big shot from Braden Johnson, and he is excited about that 3-pointer. Bears retake that 5-point lead here.
Yeah, that was a nice move, man. Got them all turned around right in front of the students. Yeah, cookies.
Cookies for Johnson, and they're going to try to put some distance between them and the Scouts. See, I know, Jerry. You just want them to run that floor.
I'd love to see it a couple times. Just change of pace.
Thompson pops out.
Oh, this is a good take. You go up with that. Try to draw a foul.
Well, the play was getting Kern isolated there and tried to kick out to Greaves for a 3, but the pass sails over his head, and the Scouts will retake it.
Yeah, I would have liked to see him go up with that one. I mean, worst thing that happens is you miss a shot, maybe get an offensive rebound, but I think the guy in the corner thought he was going to go up with it too. He wasn't ready for the pass. A little off the mark, but
And we're looking at a foul. It's going to be on Boyertown as he's looking at Braden Johnson there.
Oh, underneath.
Gingrich doesn't agree. He wanted the foul shots, but Weiser's going to set up in a box here. Maybe that screen, the screener play again. Malone, who's taken a bunch of shots here in the last few minutes, takes it, but no good, and the ball isn't corralled by Boyertown, and here's
Travel. I love
it is a travel. Here's Arnold with it inside, but he gets called for a walk. Bears retain that 5-point lead.
Did you see Giannis the other night take one dribble from the opposite foul line?
Jerry, I have a first grade and second grade daughter. I do not watch meaningless basketball games. Milwaukee versus
in-season
whoever.
Tournament is not meaningless.
Oh,
That's the whole
jeez,
point.
whatever.
No, but people were frustrated because he took about 4 steps for a dunk, and I mean, it was a clear, blatant walk, but the walks don't get called. Steps on baseline. Walks don't get called in the NBA anymore. I mean, they never have. It's frustrating.
I think the refs understand if it's going to be a big highlight play, you got to let it go nowadays.
Yeah, it's all for clicks anymore. If they can put it on social media, they're going to let it go.
Scouts break the Bears' pressure, but Greaves, you know, it's okay when you allow the ball in the middle on your press if you have Jack Greaves standing there at the basket just to deny you.
Yeah, and that was fundamental too. He didn't hack down at him. He knew he had the size on him, went straight up, sent it back. Oh.
Johnson goes for the steal, misses.
You can't do that.
Gingrich takes the 3. Looks like Johnson got him on the wrist, and Gingrich is going to shoot 3 from the line.
Gingrich has had a quiet game so far. This is something that could probably help him find his stroke from the free throw line. These 3 easy shots and just trying to. Looks like he's rushing a bit, but.
He only has 5 here. I have him for. He's going to get 2 more chances from the line right here.
I'm just credit to the Bears' defense. I'm sure that was an emphasis this week, trying to take him away. I mean, he's probably a bulk of their scoring, like you said. What do you say, 21 points a game?
That's what he's averaging coming in. Had 31 in their last game.
Yeah. I mean, he just looks like he's rushing right now. He's just got to take a deep breath. I mean, been there before. The crowd's getting into it. 1 for 3.
Gingrich gets 1, brings the Scouts to within 4. Thompson trapped. He'll get it to Johnson, who will get it across half court to Kern.
Go right up with it.
Kern is going to get called for a walk. No.
I disagree. So does Coach Miller. We're in the same boat right now. I disagree with that.
I can't tell if Coach Miller's upset at the quick shot or upset at the ref. Nah, okay, he's yelling at the refs. You see, I didn't think that was a travel either. I thought he kept that pivot foot planted, but the referee saw otherwise. Weiser swinging the ball up top here, looking for something as the Bears keep moving and keep getting hands in passing lanes. McKee over to Malone. Gingrich for 3. No good. Johnson pulls down the board, and he'll walk it up. And 40 seconds left. Coach Miller calling for 1 shot.
Yeah.
Johnson dribbling around.
Getting real close.
Trying to get a 5 call, and Gingrich
worst,
makes the steal. Great defense by the Bears, and probably a good foul there by Johnson, and honestly a very good foul because the new rule, 3 fouls right now for the Bears. This takes them to 4.
Yep.
Wait, what happened? Did we step on the sideline there? Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Wow.
I just assumed it must have happened right before Johnson fouled. I just assumed they were calling Johnson for a foul. Bears squeak away right there. They're up by 4. They still get a chance to take that last shot, and there it is. There it is, Jerry. So Coach Dooley for Conrad Weiser playing this new rule. He's going to foul right here with 12 seconds to make sure that he gets some defensive players on the floor and get some of his other guys off the floor possibly. Is there foul trouble, or are these guys just the guys who he wants on the floor? But there it is, playing that new rule to your advantage.
We need a high percentage shot here. 3. Taking too much time. That is
2 seconds long. 3-pointer, and it banks in a killer 3-pointer for Johnson. Weiser did everything right on that possession. Doesn't matter. Johnson banks it home. Bears take a 7-point lead. You see the disdain on the Weiser players and coaches right now. But Bears will take that 7-point lead in that 3-pointer anytime here in a game where points are really tough to come by.
Yeah, I don't know if that's how they drew it up, but hey, it's one of those no, 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 yes shots.
I'll tell you, Jerry. I think all my shots were never. I don't think I remember anyone that I was like, oh no. They were always yes, pretty much all the time. You know.
Funny story. One of my no shots that worked out for me was 8th grade. We were playing in the Stellar tournament up in Allentown, Cedar Beach, and I was playing with the Varsity. We had the night game, main stage against Liberty up in Allentown, and we get a fast break. Christian Smith gets some cookies on the Liberty defender, passes it up to me. I have Colton Moyer, 6'7", underneath the rim by himself. I pull up for 3 on the wing. It was a tie game at the time. A 3 on the wing, drain it. Coach Ludwig comes up to me at the end of the game and said, "If you missed that, I would have cut you." Because that was the big game. I mean, 8 o'clock start, nighttime basketball. I mean, I don't know if they still do that anymore, but I love that tournament.
Jerry,
awesome.
knowing what we know now, and honestly, we knew back then you were going to be a huge part of the program. I wish you would have missed it because I want to see Coach Ludwig go ahead, call his bluff. Yes.
Yeah, I would say freshman year was one of the most fun years in my high school career. I mean, that team we had, just that Springford game to make it to the Pac-10 Final Four was epic. I mean, we had the band in the stands.
I believe that there is a clip on YouTube somewhere of the pep band playing and us at the end there winning that game, and that was a good Springford team. Gosh, they're always solid, and that was just a year for us. I remember we just had size galore, and you were a freshman who had come up and had a great season, and it was you're right, it was a fun year.
Yeah, we had Rob Merworth, 6'7", Colin Moyer, 6'7", Kyle Denon, 6'4". I mean, I still talk to some of those guys, and we still talk about those years. I mean, I was 15 years old playing with them, and it was crazy how they were 18, I was 15. I mean, it's a pretty big gap if you think about it, senior and freshman, but how I still talk to those guys. I mean, I just played golf with a couple of them a couple weeks ago, Christian and Kyle. But it's just lasting friendships. I mean, they welcomed me in with open arms. I mean, even in the summer. The best part was in the summer when I was in 8th grade. Leading up to the 9th grade year, people would ask me how old I was, and I would say 14, and they would call my bluff on it.
Show me your birth certificate.
Exactly. But yeah, that was a great year. I mean, losing to Pottsgrove in the Final Four at Park Valley was tough, but I mean that was a talented Pottsgrove team too with Jaden Wade. I mean, he was a spark plug on their team.
Yeah, I don't think Pottsgrove has seen that kind of success since then. They won the Pac that year, and ever since then it's been kind of Methacton or Springford since then, with maybe Perk Valley sprinkled in there a little bit. But the Pac has definitely been ruled by the bigger squads since our time back there in 2000. Oh gosh, what was that? 13 or 14, something like that. Right now, folks, 28-21, Bears lead. 7:15 left in the game. 2 timeouts remaining for both sides. Here's Coach Miller takes that timeout to kind of refocus the Bears here. Probably a time and situation talk right here about what to do, and if Conrad Weiser makes a shot here, what are we doing? If we make a shot, what are we doing? I kind of expect them to keep the pressure up there, because at the very least, it's going to slow Conrad Weiser down.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, speed them up. I mean, they don't look to push the floor that much anyway. And, I mean, if you can get that one guy in the middle of the floor with 3 defenders around, he kind of panics with the ball. So, I mean, definitely speeding him up is a big thing. I'd like to see him get an easy basket here, kind of work it around. But, see what they drew up in the timeout and see how it works for him. Someone's got to help.
Able to enter the ball to Johnson.
Oh, they're coming with the trap. Oh, great pass. Oh, you got to go up with it. Good job.
Yeah, we'll take it, right? Unselfish look from Thompson to Greaves. Greaves gets his second bucket of the game, and now it's a 9-point lead for Boyertown. It's probably focused on kind of extending this lead here, but Rapp inside. Sorry, not Rapp. Well, yeah, Rapp for the Scouts. He can't get that one to fall. A rebound for Johnson, and he'll walk it up again.
Yeah, looks like Conrad Weiser staying in that man defense, almost in coverage again.
Bears content to take some time off the clock here if Conrad Weiser will let them.
Ooh.
Thompson Ball fakes and gets it back to Johnson, who's in a tough position, but he'll get bailed out.
As fouls reset, I just looked at the scoreboard.
I know we got that. It's going to take all year for us to get
know.
used to the fouls resetting every quarter. Which I know there's probably an article out there about it. I don't know what the PIAA, what their reasoning was on this. Who knows?
I remember the first time I saw it was when my sister went to Bucknell and played. That was how they played it, and I always thought it was weird. But I mean, now it comes here. I mean, next thing they need is a shot clock. That was a great take.
Good take by Rath there, his 6th point of the game. Bears now all of a sudden up by 11, and with the offensive output so far in the game from Weiser, you'd have to think this is a pretty comfortable lead if the Bears can just continue to play just solid defense.
I mean, averaging 7 points a quarter to this point. I mean, there are a lot of self-inflicted wounds, such as what just happened there. But I mean, if Boyertown can just keep pressing, I wouldn't like to see them take the air out of the ball. I'd like to see them try to get those easy layups, try to break this defense down. Because you can run into trouble if you try to stall too much. You get a couple turnovers and jump passes, easy points for the other team the other way. Just try to get a couple easy layups. Don't love that shot.
Yeah, and Coach Miller is telling his bench right there, up by 11 here with a team that's letting you kind of take the air out of the ball, like you said. Not a good shot, and that's what.
6-point swing right there.
Gingrich right there with his second 3-pointer of the game, and all of a sudden that 11-point lead's down to 9. Sorry, 8. Johnson picks it up, hounded right here, and the steal by Gingrich. If this bucket goes in, expect a timeout from Coach Miller. It's a foul on Trey Kern. Conrad Weiser not going softly here as Gingrich is going to head to the line. He's got 9 points so far, looking to get into double digits here and to bring his team a couple points closer to the Bears.
Yeah, that's one kid you don't want to get going late in the 4th quarter. Definitely got to emphasize taking him away and just being smart with the ball on offense. Turnovers is the only thing that's going to kill you now. Couple easy layups here and there. I mean, we've gotten 3 or 4 this half. Just keep up with that. Keep swinging the ball, trying to work the ball around. I mean, until Conrad Weiser gets a loss in translation, try to get an easy one. But he stands far off the free throw line.
Well, I think, and then look at that. I think he's been missing a couple, and I think he just said, to heck with it. And he took 2 or 3 steps back there, but it worked as he makes 1. 7-point lead for the Bears now.
We got to pass the ball.
Johnson hounded. That shot doesn't go. Scouts with the run out.
Great hustle.
Thompson gets the block on Caden Leonard. Recently checked into the game, but the Scouts are going to keep the ball here, and they've had some success on inbounds plays. They're looking for an easy bucket here.
Tell you what, Thompson's got some wheels.
He did. He did have some good closing speed there, huh?
Those are those hustle plays that don't show up on the stat sheet, but that might turn out to be one of the biggest plays of the game. Take away 2 points.
McKee in and out. Couldn't get it to fall. Rath with the rebound, and Johnson brings it up. Wonder if Coach Miller will call one here. Looks like he's going to let this team run their offensive set.
Good block.
Kern takes it, but a big block, but the Bears will keep possession.
I'd like to see him utilize a pump fake there, try to get into the body of him, try to get some free throws. I mean, we haven't shot any free throws this half now.
I think Kern has shot 3 all game.
Yeah, they only have 1 foul this half, and we haven't, or 1 quarter. Dang, that's going to be really tough to get used to. But yeah, I don't think we've been in the free throw line this half, and that's something that down the stretch, a couple easy points.
Oh, that looked like a travel there, and Boyertown just, all they need to do is be solid here with just the last 3 or 4 possessions, just kind of making some silly decisions here, and the Conrad Weiser able to chip away.
Yeah, the moment's big. I mean, you got to try to get a bucket there, especially with them figuring it out on offense. Oh, that's a great pass. I'll tell you what, the Bears are collapsing on defense pretty good. Oh, that's a good pass.
Still flying around on defense, but Arnold here with the make underneath. And it's a 5-point lead now, Jerry. We have got some tense moments here coming in these last 4 minutes of the game, and they're going to get Johnson on an offensive foul, and the Scouts bench is loving it.
Tell you what, this is going to come down to the wire. Conrad Weiser's got some momentum. Wondering if Coach Miller will take a timeout soon. Try to regroup. Because we're up by 11 now. It's a 5-point game.
Keyshawn Copeland getting to the scorer's table. He'll check in at the next stoppage. Shot inside for Rapp, no good. Rebound goes to the Bears, and you're going to look to see Coach Miller setting a play up here.
I'll tell you what, you mentioned Conrad Weiser's bench being short. Boyertown's only played 6 today as well.
Greaves heading in there, but nice tip away by Rapp. And the Bears will keep the ball, but, man, they're just looking for any bucket here. Could be a garbage bucket. Ball just kind of trickles away from somebody, whatever, but the ball's got to go on the rim here.
Yeah, they got to find something, get something going. That's what
wow. Ice in the veins. Brant Rath takes a three-pointer and knocks it down. Huge shot. Bears regain that 8-point lead. Three-pointer goes up for Conrad Weiser. No good. Copeland snares the rebound.
Tell you what, Reeves' height presence in there is really shying the guy away from making that pass from the gray area. I mean, it looks open, but
They're going to get Brady McKee on the foul right there as he did reach through Ryan Thompson, try and tip that ball away.
Couple solid minutes from Keyshawn.
I think that was a quick break for Johnson from Coach Miller saying, hey, listen, this is what we need right now in this situation. I need you to go take care of it. You're my point guard, and I'm going to bet that it was, listen, be solid with the ball, no fouls. We don't need it. We don't need the crazy pass right here, just solid passes. Make sure you're looking for the open guy. Can they run a play for Kern here to get an easy layup? No, so let's just reset. Oh, no, pass goes inside to Johnson. Couldn't kick it out before it got tipped. And Weiser will run. There's Gingrich, and he's fouled going up. Good foul by the Bears.
Curious to see if he does that little one step back on the free throw line again.
That is true. We'll see if he sticks with that. Gingrich now been to the line 9 times after these 2 shots today. He's been getting to the foul line quite a bit, and he might be Jerry. That's a little far back.
That's a little much there. It's obnoxious. Shirt police.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a point of emphasis.
Yeah.
There's different points of emphasis every year. You know how it is.
Meeting. Looks like he's a little bit.
Yeah, here it is. He remembered.
Wow.
See, that's what was going on there.
He even started his free throw routine at the normal spot and then took a step back and restarted his free throw routine.
That's props to him for just having the fearless mindset to just do it. Look at that.
He figured something out. I think I give him credit for that one.
6-point lead for the Bears here. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, and Weiser bringing all-out pressure. Pass goes to Rath. Rath gets it down to Greaves. Greaves skip past to Kern, and Kern wisely waits for his teammates to show up, but he'll head down to the baseline. Rath kicks it out. Bears in clock mode here, up by 6. 2 minutes left.
Not a whole lot of
good timeout by Coach Miller, and really every time the Bears get the ball right now and have to pass it, it's got to be a jump stop and a ball fake and a pass. Be moving to the ball here. You can't run away because Conrad Weiser is going to be coming with some sort of pressure.
I mean, this is one of those situations you can utilize a backdoor. Like you said, jump stop, pump fake, a little V-cut, backdoor cut. I mean, those are easy layups. I mean, they're going to be overplaying immensely trying to get these easy points. But especially number 10, Gingrich. I mean, he's always looking for the steal, the spark play. I mean, he's guarding, just one step up, backdoor cut. I mean, worst comes to worst. It doesn't happen, you just reset it, but on a little bit more clock. But we need some high percentage shots for sure.
35-29, Bears lead.
A 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning here in the fourth quarter. I think the Bears have 1 timeout left if that hasn't gone off the board yet. However, it could be 2. I can't believe I'm questioning the legend Ross Squiggle Smith, who's down there on the clock. I apologize, Ross. 4 fouls for Boyertown here. 1 more foul from them, and Conrad Weiser will be in the double bonus. 2 fouls for Weiser. If they get down, if they stay down here, you're going to have to look for them fouling here to get to that 5-foul mark. Thompson inbounding the ball.
You were right, 1 timeout.
Finds Johnson, but it was, they said it was tipped by the Conrad Weiser player. Dooley not impressed at all with that call. Foul on the other end, as is that Kern? No, is that Thompson? Oh man, if that was tipped by the Conrad Weiser player, then Braden Johnson was that's the smartest play I've ever seen, to let that kid tip the ball and then go get it.
Yeah, I was shocked that he let that go. I mean, even if you got to bank on the ref seeing that, making the right call. I mean, it's a bang play, and refs don't get enough credit. They're seeing it with the naked eye. I mean,
now refs get plenty of credit. Enough.
I don't know, man. They get torched.
Bears going to a flex right now, pattern offense. But hey, you got to be in a certain spot, setting those screens you're talking about, Jerry.
Another foul. 1 more till the bonus.
3rd foul on Conrad Weiser. Nope, you're right. 4th foul on Conrad Weiser. 1 more till the bonus. Thompson going to inbound for the Bears here. Up by 6. Minute and a half left.
Both teams 1 more foul away from the bonus. Got to get it in.
Rath gets it. He'll give it out to Johnson. Trap coming. Johnson almost sees it, but we're going to have a foul called up top here on James Arnold. That'll send.
See our first Boyertown free throws this half.
Yeah, really. I think you're right. I think Kern had 3 in the first quarter, I think, and hasn't had really anything since. And Johnson will head to the line for 2. Misses the first one. Lead remains at 6. Maybe he just needs to take 3 steps off the foul line, like
right?
Gingrich, huh?
Yeah, people are going to see that on film and try it out.
Shot goes up, and this one is good, extending the Boyertown lead to 7.
3-possession game. Just getting an 1-3.
Wrap with it up top. Good entry pass in there to Arnold, who gets his 8th point of the game. Timeout by Dooley and the Conrad Weiser Scouts, down by 5. Minute 16 left. You can bet they're going to come up with some sort of pressure here, and the Bears have to be ready for it.
100%. Definitely setting up some kind of 1-3-1. I mean, man coverage or man defense pressure, full court. But we just try to create a little chaos. But if Boyertown can get it over half court, set something up, I mean, you can run 15 seconds off before you make them foul. Try to get this under 1 minute, up by 5, back to the free throw line. So.
Buzzer sounds here, and we're going to get the teams out in a second. The Bears have been involved in 2 close games so far. I believe I saw that they were down by 10 going into the 3rd quarter against Antietam, and all of a sudden just had an explosive 4th quarter. And right now, different scenario, looking to salt this one away, up by 5, minute 16 left.
This is a good one to have early in the season after coming off 2 close ones. Knowing how to play with a lead. I mean, you can see a little bit of rust with the turnovers and picking up the dribble and stuff like that, but I mean, you got to learn how to play with the lead. Oh, he's wide open. Thought he was going for the lob there. Would have been very.
Weiser coming at the Bears hard there. Johnson almost dribbled himself into a predicament there in the corner, but got the ball to Rath. Rath gets to the middle. Thompson gets it back to Rath, and he's going to the foul line for 2. Rath with a pretty big 3-pointer. Looking back on things here as he misses the first.
Got a little more legs in there. I mean, it's been a long game. I don't think Rath was subbed out one time. A lot of these guys haven't been subbed out, so I mean, you're looking at some heavy legs late in the 4th quarter. This one's got to go down. Bang.
And it does. Use those legs there. 6-point lead for the Bears. Just over a minute here. Weiser down 6, looking for a 3 possibly, as Gingrich is going to take it, but they're calling a foul. I thought maybe it could be a walk before that, but Gingrich is going to the line for 3. Worst case scenario here for the Bears.
Maybe we should implement video review because I disagree with that call. Challenge it. See what happens.
So you not only want a shot clock. We have to pay for a shot clock. We also have to pay for video cameras for replay. Okay.
Change everything about
Okay.
the game. Oh,
First one goes in.
I'll tell you what, he hasn't missed since he stepped back from the free throw line. Hoping I just jinxed him there, but we'll see.
Well, he's got 13 points so far in the game, and there's his. There you go,
the
Jerry.
Old announcer's
Attaboy.
jinx. There we go.
Yeah,
Now
little-
you know what Chris Collinsworth feels like.
Little home cooking here.
Yeah.
One more shot for Gingrich. Clock not moving here. Great situation for the Scouts. Shot goes in. 4-point game. Rath looking to inbound it. He does, and here comes the Weiser pressure.
Oh,
Steal by
that's the worst.
Gingrich. Going
Ah.
up with it is Rapp, and it's a and one. The Bears just giving the game right away to the Scouts here at the end. It's only a 2-point game
Yeah.
now with 52 seconds left. Rapp a chance to cut it to 1.
Fouled out. 5 fouls. Now you gotta play the last 52 without your point guard. That's tough. That's a blow.
Well, the Bears really need to make sure that they're holding on to this ball and taking better care of it. But Rapp here looking to put the game to a 1-point game, and he does. Copeland has it in the corner. Back to Rath, who gets it up to
That's a great
Greaves.
way to break the
Kern
press.
going. He's going to put it up. Missed, but
Oh,
Greaves
great
is there
putback.
for the huge putback. Oh, if he didn't make that, it
Yeah,
would have been
big time.
really bad for the Bears. They're up by 3 now. Rapp inside, gives it to Arnold. The
Oh,
block
great
from
block.
Greaves. But he gets it right back. Here's a 3-pointer from Arnold, and he makes
got it.
it.
Bang!
Malone, rather, makes it, and the Weiser bench is going nuts as we have a tie game here with 27 seconds left. The Weiser Scouts have come back from 11 down here in the 4th, and the Bears have 27 seconds here to set something up, to figure it out, to see if they can get the win here in regulation. But what a job by Conrad Weiser coming back and making a big shot there. That was Alex Malone, his second 3-pointer of the game.
Yeah, that was a big one for sure. I mean, I had to do the Mike Breen bang there. Shout out Jimmy Towers. Jimmy Towers did a great one last year. I don't think I lived up to the hype that he did last year, but I mean, that was a dagger right there. And I'll be interested to see what Boyertown does if they keep running the same play, if they draw up something new. Wise is bringing that pressure. I mean, you saw last possession that Greaves put that Kern miss in. I mean, they broke it with passing. I mean, you break this press with passes. Crisp passes, I mean, get them all turned around. But at the moment you start dribbling, they kind of win, in a way.
Well, they show pressure and now take it off.
Got the student section on their feet. Conrad Weiser with no timeouts left. Boyertown with 1.
Thompson brings the ball up, 20 seconds left. Bears looking for a win in regulation here.
This would be a pretty memorable first call, I have to say.
Yeah, you know what?
Buzzer beater here.
I'll give it to you then. We have with 10 seconds left. Thompson gives it up to Copeland, who's fouled, and he's going to the foul line. New foul, and the PIAA fouling rules come into play right here as Keyshawn Copeland gets in to the foul line here, gets onto the foul line as he has a chance to put the Bears ahead with 8 seconds left here. He's got 2 shots.
This will be big for the young man right here. I mean, played a lot of valuable minutes today, none as big as these. And he gets the first.
Cool as a cucumber, Keyshawn Copeland. I don't think he's taken a shot yet today, just sparse minutes here and there. Gives the Bears the lead. No timeouts, though, for Conrad Weiser, I believe, so they've got to get the ball and run on this make or miss from Copeland. Copeland makes both huge shots. McKee has it for the Scouts. Looking for Gingrich, who's going for the win. No, and Rath gets the rebound. He's fouled. Oh, and we've got a little altercation there in front of the Conrad Weiser bench. I think Gingrich might have thought he was fouled on that. But there was no call, and the refs are calling the game, and the Bears have taken it.
Biggest 2 shots of his career thus far, I bet. 3-0 start for the Bears. That's
wow.
Huge. That is huge.
What a finish. The Bears making this a game here with some turnovers, with some interesting decisions offensively, and wow, Conrad Weiser came all the way back. got the
Yeah.
shot they wanted there at the end, thought they were fouled, didn't agree with the no call, but the Bears will take it. Like you said, Jerry, 3-0 start for Boyertown this year. 3 close wins, but 3 wins all the same.
I'm going to give a lot of credit to Conrad Weiser battling back. I mean, they never lost their cool. Like you said, they got the shot they wanted with no timeouts, as you said. I mean, they ran that 8 seconds to perfection, and I feel like that's one of those calls like a Hail Mary at the end of a football game. You can't call pass interference. I mean, the refs don't want to be that guy. They don't want to make it all about themselves. Whether he's fouled or not, I mean, it's a bang-bang play. Like I said, the naked eye, it's tough to see. But I give him a lot of credit battling back, for sure.
The unofficial numbers here tonight for Conrad Weiser, Donovan Gingrich leads scoring for them with 14. Brady McKee with 2. Alex Malone, 2 3-pointers for 6. James Arnold put in 8. Gavin Rapp with 9. For the Bears, Braden Johnson, before he fouled out, had 10. Jack Reeves with 6. Trey Kern, only have him for 7. I think all were in the first quarter. Ryan Thompson for 6. Brant Rath with, it looks like, 10. Quick adding up here, 10, 20, 32, 34, 41. Yeah, we're right about there because the biggest 2 points of the game that we haven't talked about yet were for Keyshawn Copeland. 8 seconds left, 2 foul shots, biggest shots in his career, and he nails them to give the Bears the victory tonight.
Yeah, I was super happy to see that. I mean, he probably played 2-3 minutes total, but like I said, the biggest 2 shots of the game right there, and he stepped up, just put a dagger in Conrad Weiser, and that was huge for him.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, like we said, 3-0 start for Boyertown this year. Coming up here, looking at our board, we've got Saturday all day. We're here for the Bear Rules, or sorry, Bear Rules, Bear Duels. The Bears do rule during the Bear Duels, you know, but that is the famous all-day wrestling event here that the Boyertown has hosted for years, and that's going to be on the NFHS Network and the Boyertown YouTube channel as well. Next week, we're looking at a Wednesday game. Girls are hosting Wyomissing. On Friday, the girls are hosting O&J. It looks like the boys are away all of next week. And who knows? Maybe you'll hear Jim Towers and John Kaleda. Maybe Jimmy shows up. Maybe Jerry Cap again. Thank you, Jerry, for coming up here and filling in. It was a pleasure.
Hey, man, whenever you want me, I'm up here. I was a little bit reluctant coming up here. I didn't know if I was built for this, but I had a lot of fun.
Well, I know it was, you were probably concerned about, do you have any voice left after your big YMCA basketball, extravaganza
I'll tell you,
there.
the crowd was going nuts there in my head.
And now there was a crowd. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we thank you for tuning in on the NFHS Network and the Boyertown Athletic Department YouTube channel. For Jerry Cap and all of us here at Boyertown, this is John Kaleda signing off. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great night.